Hello guys, our today's topic is atomic number and mass number. Key learning points. We'll be able to define atomic number, mass number and relative atomic mass, and we'll be able to calculate subatomic particles. What is atomic number? The atomic number of an element states the number of protons in the nucleus of every atom of that element. Atomic number is a unique number for each element. Now, just look at this word element. Element is made up of same type of atoms, and every atom will be having nucleus in it, which will be having protons in it. So, atomic number is the number of protons in every atom. All the atoms will be having a certain number of protons. That number of proton is called the atomic number. There are 118 elements in the periodic table. Each element will be having a unique number of proton. That is atomic number. Moving on to the next one. Different periodic table shows the atomic number at the top or at the bottom of the chemical symbol. Now, how we will know which one is the atomic number? So, the smaller of the two is the atomic number. For example, oxygen. It has two numbers on it, 8 and 16. So, what will be the atomic number out of these? The smaller one, that is 8. So, 8 is the atomic number for oxygen. That is, it has 8 protons in the nucleus. Let's recall. The number of electrons in an atom is equal to the number of protons, right? And the positive charge of a proton is cancelled out by the negative charge of the electrons. Hence, the atom is neutral. All right. Now, there's a question for you. Which of the following elements have 17 electrons in its atom? Sodium, lithium, or chlorine? Pause the video, think for some time, and then answer. If your answer is chlorine, then you are absolutely right. Out of these three, there are chlorine, sodium, and lithium. Chlorine has 17 atomic number, sodium has 11 atomic number, and lithium has 3 atomic number. Atomic number is the number of protons, and in a neutral atom, number of protons, it is equal to the number of electrons. So the number of electrons in chlorine is 17, number of electrons in sodium is 11, and number of electrons in lithium is 3. The question says 17 electrons, so it is chlorine. Moving on, we have another question. The atomic number of a neutral atom tells you the number of protons as well as the number of electrons, the number of neutrons. Pause the video, think, and then answer. If you answered the number of protons as well as the number of electrons, well done, your answer is correct. Why we have added electrons in it as well? Because in the neutral atom, you have to emphasize on the word neutral. In the neutral atom, the number of protons, it is equal to number of electrons. So in a neutral atom, if the atomic number tells you the number of protons, then it automatically means it is the number of electrons as well, but only for neutral atom. What is mass number? The mass number of an element is equal to the sum of number of protons and neutrons. Just write it somewhere that mass number, it is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. And we know that number of protons is nothing but atomic number. So mass of neutrons, if we have to calculate, it will be equal to mass number minus atomic number. Just you can check from here as well. Mass number minus atomic number will give you the number of protons. In here, there is example for you of helium 2 and 4. The smaller one is our atomic number. It means that it is the number of protons. 4 is our mass number. So we can calculate the number of neutrons from it. The total number of subatomic particles in the nucleus is 4. Okay. Total number of protons in the nucleus is 2 because it is the atomic number. Now number of neutrons will be mass number minus atomic number, that is 2. So it has 2 neutrons in its nucleus. What is relative atomic mass? Relative atomic mass is the average mass of an atom of an element compared to 1/12 of the mass of carbon-12 atom. Imagine a class has students of different heights. To get an idea of the typical height, you calculate the average height of all the students. So relative atomic mass is weighted average of all isotopes. This whole lecture will be covered in the next lecture. I just wanted to add this slide in this lecture because of a reason. When you will see periodic table, you will see elements having mass number in decimals. For example, for helium, it is 2 and 4.0026. All right. We know that mass number is number of protons and number of neutrons. So it should be a whole number. Whatever this value will be, it will be a whole number. But in the periodic table, you will see that elements have mass which are in decimals. It means it is the relative atomic mass. All right. That whole number should be just the atomic mass. But since it is in decimals, it is relative atomic mass, that is, it is the average of all the isotopes. There's a question for you. True or false? The mass number of an element is equal to the sum of number of neutrons and the protons in one atom of that element. Is it true or false? And justification is required. First is the mass of an electron is very small and does not affect the mass of the atom. The second is the number of neutrons and protons are only particles present in an atom. Pause the video, think, and then answer. If you answered it to be true, then you are correct. And the proper justification of it is that the mass of an element of an electron is very small and does not affect the mass of the atom. More about the neutrons. The number of neutrons is sometimes equal to the atomic number. It is sometimes greater than the atomic number. It is never smaller than the atomic number. For example, check helium. For helium, the atomic number is 2 and mass number is 4. So for number of neutrons, it will be 4, that is mass number minus atomic number, it will be 2. So number of protons, it is equal to the number of neutrons, or number of neutrons, it is equal to number of number of neutrons, it is equal to the atomic number. This is the first case. Then, for example, fluorine. In fluorine, the mass number is 19, protons are 9, neutrons will be 19 minus 9, that is 10. So number of neutrons is greater than the atomic number or the number of protons. This is the second case. And the third case was it will never be smaller than the atomic number. Moving on to the next question. Can you tell me how many neutrons does silicon have in each atom? Pause the video, think, and then answer. If you answered 14, it is correct. Number of neutrons is mass number minus atomic number. Mass number is 28, atomic number or the number of protons is 14, so number of neutrons it is 14. In here the number of protons it is equal to the number of neutrons. Another question for you. Calculate the number of neutrons for the atoms of each element. Use the periodic table, and also I have provided you with the elements. First is yttrium, second is chromium, third is iodine, fourth is tin, and fifth is xenon. Pause the video, do your calculation, and then check your answers. If you have answered 50 is the number of neutrons for yttrium, 28 is the number of neutrons for chromium, 74 is the number of neutrons for iodine, 69 is the number of neutrons for tin, and 77 is the number of neutrons for xenon. You are absolutely correct. For those who were not able to calculate, no worries. You can check the previous slides, or you can use the formula as number of neutrons is calculated by mass number minus atomic number or the number of protons. Fill in the following. I have provided you with the elements, the atomic number, and the mass numbers. You have to tell me about the charge, proton, neutrons, and electrons in all of these elements. Put all your knowledge which you have studied in the previous lectures of mine, or if you know already. Think and then answer. For solving these, you must know that the number of protons, it is equal to the number of electrons in neutral atom. And one more thing you need to know is the number of neutrons can be calculated by mass number minus atomic number. So if you know these things, you'll be able to solve the table very easily and quickly. For magnesium, if you have answered 0, 12, 12, 12, you are correct. For fluorine, if you have answered 0, 9, 10, 9, you are correct. For cesium, if you have answered 0, 58, 82, 58, you are absolutely correct. For aluminium, if you have answered 0, 13, 14, and 13, you are absolutely correct. For SB, that is antimony, if you have answered 0, 51, 71, 51, then you are absolutely correct. It means you have understood the lesson. For further questions, you can follow YouTube Shorts or Instagram handle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.